Today on Let's Fish TV, we're at America's #1 smallmouth fishery, the St. Lawrence River in upstate New York. We're going to be targeting current breaks, areas with big heavy current, and maybe even the wind will add even more to those fish today to really get them fired up. So stay tuned to Let's Fish TV's on the air right now. Got him!
Look at that big fella right there.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! Look at that slab-a-rooski.
There we go. There's one. Oh, that's a good one there.
Welcome to Let's Fish TV. I'm your guest host today, Joe Labarbera, and we're at the beautiful Thousand Islands in upstate New York. This is the St. Lawrence River. It's the U.S. or the world's #1 smallmouth bass fishery. And today, I think it's really going to show out how great of a summertime smallie fishery it really is. We're going to target deep current breaks out on the river today. We have what I would consider to be kind of mild to moderate wind conditions. So we're looking at winds in the mid to high single digits. So in the morning right now, where we have kind of those light and variable winds, we're gonna target areas where the current gets funneled into a smaller section of river. And then if we get some gusts from the southwest in the afternoon, we'll be looking at more wide open stretches of river, and the bite should be wide open with it. So stay tuned, Let's Fish TV is rocking and rolling. Got him. Oh yeah! The first St. Lawrence River big brownie of the day. Just drifting around this shoal. This is a place where it comes out of 100 feet of water up to 25, and we're just making sure we're kind of riding the current, staying on that main river side. And we're just drifting a little 1/2 ounce finesse jig, little menace craw, baby menace, not a craw, baby menace on the back. And we got ourselves first brown one of the summer. Oh, I'll give you guys a little better breakdown here in a minute, but holy cow, just a little tiny finesse jig. Gosh, they are fat up here. That's why it's the #1 smallmouth fishery in the country. Woo! Got him! All right. Well, just a few seconds after we just had one, the Strike King Dream Shot on the droppy drop. Oh, has given us another one. Come on. Oh, another big fat one. Oh, oh, perfect hook job right in the schnoz. And a nice fat one. Let's go set up another drop shot drift. Maybe this will be the ticket.
Hey y'all, Captain E here with your Carolinas report, and sometimes we just have to modify it and take advantage of the opportunities that we get to do our Carolinas report or our reports from our body of water. And I'm telling you what, we've been really busy over here trying to stay cool. And that means the fish are doing the same thing. You know, I've got some great reports from my good friends down south in Georgetown, actually. And the Sampit River, which again is an overlooked body of water there in Georgetown, that is truly a haven for everything from freshwater to saltwater fish. And a good friend of mine was out there, caught 7 largemouth bass and 6 redfish, all within a 200-yard stretch, throwing buzz baits, and the same bait catching those fish intermingled amongst each other. That right there is what I'm talking about, that Sampit River. It's just incredible. And in the wintertime, it's even better. You'll hear me late in the season start talking about when we start getting that northeast wind in the winter that's predominant. If you're up on Lake Murray and, you know, early in the morning, you get out there, you mark some fish on top, you chase them around top water, and then it gets hot, don't think twice about getting some deep dropping spoons. I'm telling you, those deep spoons will produce stripers right now when nothing else is producing. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized. But this has been your Carolinas Report.
Got him! We gotta get him away from the buoy line. Oh yeah, safe and sound. Another not super huge one, but holy moly. Way to have some summertime fun fishing. Jeepers creepers, that was great. Oh, wow. Did you guys see that hook set? Holy cow, it is so fun catching these fish on braid. They are so stinking strong. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, you can't beat that with a stick. That is unreal. 15-pound test, leader, 20-pound braid, fish that are good at swimming in current. Whew. That's a good time. I don't care who you are. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you the braid to fluorocarbon knot that I use. I think it is a really beneficial to use the FG knot. One reason a lot of people don't use the FG knot is they think it takes forever. Well, one of my buddies said that he learned from an Elite Series guy that there's a cheat code. I've been using it for about 4 seasons now, and it takes me the same amount of time to tie this knot as it does a uni to uni or a crazy Alberto knot. So take a look at my modified FG, and I think you're really gonna get great results out of it. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my braided line, pinch it with my teeth just so I have a good anchor point. Start under with my 15-pound fluorocarbon, go over and around the front. Now I'm gonna go under and around the back. Under, around the front, under, around the back. All right? I'm always sliding the fluorocarbon down to cinch that braid. Here's the 5th pass, 6th pass, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for good luck. All right, pinching everything. I'm just gonna tie an overhand knot kind of loosely just to close the system. Then I'm gonna take my fluorocarbon and I'm gonna put an overhand knot in that, pinching, pulling the knot down, making that knot nice and tight. I don't wanna break it though. Now I'm gonna pinch the noose and slide the noose up to that knot. Now what I do to finish it all off, I'm gonna line up, it wants to kind of stick out so we have like 90-degree angles everywhere. I'm gonna take my tag end of fluorocarbon, slide it in line with my main line of braid. I'm gonna do a double overhand knot, 1 and a 2nd time through. That's gonna close my system nice and tightly. I'm gonna trim off my excess. Nice, sharp, rusted scissors like all fishermen have in their boat. And there is our tiny little FG knot, 20-pound braid to 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. That's gonna pass through your guides so nice.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Strike King, Tie One On, Glacier Outdoor, outdoors since 1982, Deep Dive, Decode Your Lake.
Oh yeah, he's growing up, he's getting bigger. Yep. Yeah, baby. They're growing up, they're growing up. Get to the thumb bar, let them dig, let them dig. I've got the anchor on. This is a big one of the day so far. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh, she knows how to use the current too. Oh goodness. Oh, we're gonna have to come off anchor. She got too far behind us. She's taking line from me too. I know, because it's not a spinning rod with drag. You guys can't hear it, but I'm giving it to her. I haven't turned her back our way yet. There we go, finally getting some back. Oh, here she comes, here she comes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go for her. Here, I'm gonna get her on this side. There's less rods over here. Oh yeah. Oh no. I almost dropped her. Holy cow. I did drop her. I had her and dropped her. Oh, look at that jig eater. Yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, you got to make it up to the Thousand Islands sometime. You have the opportunity at these fish that spend all day long, 24/7, 365, swimming on a treadmill. And man, do they get strong because of it. They have a good diet of gobies just loaded in amino acids so they get nice and fat. Holy cannolis. Fish of a lifetime right there. These fish truly are incredible. Nothing beats catching a 4-pounder on almost straight braid out here in this current. Woohoo! Yes!
Hey guys, Casey O'Donnell coming to you with your Southeast fishing report. The Tennessee River is full of bass that are leaving the structure and heading shallow. So out here on Guntersville, we have a lot of fish that have been positioned on that outside grass line for a few months. They're gonna start chasing bait to the inside grass line. So before they get into that thick stuff, I love to cover water this time of year with a buzz bait. And that's gonna work all along the Tennessee River. Now, nothing says big bass like a black buzz bait, a black frog, and lily pads, and that's what I'm looking for. Heavy cover close to the main river channel. When you get a bite, slow down and really milk that area. These fish are still grouped up, but a lot of days you're gonna have to cover a bunch of water to find those groups. If you wanna learn more about how I set my line, my rod, my reel up on both the frog and the buzzbait, and basically what I'm gonna look for in between catching fish on those two baits, go to Casey O'Donnell on YouTube. I'm doing videos all month long.
Got him. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's growing up. He's getting bigger. I thought he might have been little when I first hooked him, but then when he got turned back upstream, he grew up a little bit. Let's see, is he any good? I've leaned into so many on braid today, my ribs are swollen. Holy moly. Holy moly. Isn't that the best when you've just set the hook so many times on braid in a day that you got bruised ribs? Holy cow. That's how you know you're at one heck of a good fishery, and this is a pretty good fish. This is one of the biggest, like 3 of the day. Really dark son of a gun. Came out of like 23 feet. Oh, he's tired. All right, let's get him in. Guys, what a stinking day. There's a reason this fishery was #1 on Bassmaster's list in the country for so many years until this year. But frankly, I think this place is still #1. Anywhere you can go still with a casting rod, catch chunky monkeys, whoo, big line. You just have to adapt. We use a different setup for a jig and a Carolina rig up here than I do when I go down to visit Andrew down at Toledo Bend in Texas. But these fish, even though they're a little bit smaller, fight every bit as hard or harder, and jeepers, what a joy. Come on up, check it out. Now you guys know how to rig all of your setups for upstate New York, for any of the Great Lakes, anytime you're fishing heavy current. Don't be afraid to get into these setups. It's the same as you guys are using at home. It's nice to lean on them hard. This finesse jig's really done the trick for us today. Again, the forage here, some of the gobies get up to like 7 or 8 inches, but the main ones that these fish can actually catch, because gobies are super quick, is just about this size with this little baby menace on the back. Our skirt trimmed real short to just give it the appropriate profile. That's the jig right there. Whoo, I'm gonna get back in there. I need another one.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Power Pole, total boat control. Balls Out, made in the USA, heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely on what powers you.
I got one. Yeah, that feels like a better fish. But what I'm gonna do, this is important because you wanna stay on these drifts. You only get so many in a day. I have us locked in place. I'm gonna fire upstream, just a 3/4, 80% cast, and then I'm gonna just hit the unlock button to let us start drifting backwards as that bait hits the bottom. So by the time it gets 25 or 30 feet down, our speed will probably become really, really natural, and we'll be able to work that bait as quickly as possible. So let's check this out. I feel like we're close to the bottom. 0.8, I'm gonna slow us down just a bit. We're hitting the fast part of the current. We're on the bottom now, I can feel it. We really do pick up speed right about here where we go over 1 mile an hour usually. My bait's not quite to the fast part yet though, because I fired it upstream. Oh, we're right in the juice though. This is good. We might double up on this drift. I dropped us down to 0.55 and I see the bait swinging towards me. So I'm gonna take up a little slack. See, this would be so much harder to manipulate with the spinning rod. I got one. Yeah, that feels like a better fish. Maybe not. He could just be in the heavy current. Oh, it feels like a good one. Oh, it feels like a good one. Oh, see, we had to get to the thumb bar quick because we have our drag locked. I think we might have found the hot spot right where that current is funneled. It starts to take off quickly. There's some nice boulders in there for them to lay in. Let's get this fish in. Oh. Wow, I'm making a career out of this one. Whoa, yeah. Our finesse jig strikes again. Look at that beaut. Nice. The St. Lawrence River has some beautiful fish. If you want to experience these fish and with great success, you gotta have the right tackle though. To me, this setup is the best. It helps me convert time and time again. Like I said, working the thumb bar, being able to move the handle, let some line out, move the handle forward. It lets you be very efficient. I'm Joe Labarbera. What a day on Let's Fish TV.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lowrance, the ultimate fishing system. Alabama beaches. You'll get it when you get here. Fish tips. Connect with the experts to find fish fast. Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Hey guys, Joe here with your Academy Right Stuff. Let's take a look at what I'm using today to target these current-oriented smallies on the Thousand Islands. First and foremost, what I like to do is I like to use a 1/2 ounce finesse jig. And what I think is really, really important is we trim that skirt back so it kind of sticks out straight to the side. I think that gives these fish an idea that this is a goby kind of profile, all right? Gobies have fins on their pectorals that flare out to the side. So when you take a finesse jig and trim the skirt nice and short, it kind of flares out straight to the sides. That gives you a really nice goby profile. Then we use a nice, smooth, streamlined trailer like this Baby Menace. They go together perfectly to give you just a perfect package that matches the hatch for these smallies on the Great Lakes. Then I move to a really important part of this puzzle, and that is 15-pound fluorocarbon to the same braid that I actually use on a spinning rod. I use 20-pound braid on this stuff. It gets through the current really easy, presenting just chef's kiss, a perfect hatch match for these fish to eat on.